showing how I can solve things in two ways. Oh, I got this in the bag. It's the Unit 7 Lesson 10 homework. Mr. Wallace took 600 milligrams of medicine. This was 75% of a full dose. What is the full dose? So, if 600 milligrams is 75%, I have my 75 over 100 is equal to my 600 is going to go on top because I know that's 75%, and my letter X is going to go on the bottom. So 75 times X is 75X, and 600 multiplied by 100, I'm going to add those two zeros to 600. Now I divide out the 75. 75 can't go into 60, but it can go into 600. I kind of always think about quarters because it'd be like 75 cents, 150, that kind of thing. So 75 multiplied by 8 is 600. There's a 0, bring down the 0. There's another 0, bring down the 0. So a full dose would be 800 milligrams. Now there's a full dose of a different medicine is 600 milligrams. Miss Mehta took 75% of a full dose. How much medicine did she take? So my 600 is going to go on the bottom this time because that'd be like saying 100% of that. So 600 multiplied by 75 would be equal to 100x. So 100x is equal to 600 times 75. 5 times 0 is 0, 0, and 30. Put my placeholder, 0, 0, and 42. Add it together, 0, 0, 0, 5, 4. 100x is equal to 45,000. Now, how many times does 100 go into 45,000? Well, it can go into 450 4 times with 50 left over, because that'd be 100 times 4 is 400. Bring down the 0. How many times does 100 go into 500? 5 times. Then I bring down the 0, and it goes in there 0 times. So if a full dose is 600 milligrams, 75% is 450. Daniel has read 180 pages. This is 80% of the entire book. So 80% of 100 is equal to 180 over x. I cross multiply. 80x is equal to, I could do my 18 multiplied by 1. It's 18, and then add in my zeros. Now I'm going to divide. 18,000 divided by 80. 80 goes into 18 0 times, so I'm going to do the 180. Goes in there twice, which equals 160. Bring down the 0. There are 20 left over into 200. 160 again. 20 left over, 40 left over into 200 is 5. Now for these, it does say to solve it in 2 different ways. I'm only showing you one way, but as we'll be talking about in class, there are multiple ways to solve these. Lauren's book is 180 pages long, so that's the total. She has read 80% of it. How many pages has she read? 80 over 100 is equal to something over 180. I cross multiply. 100x is equal to, now in this case I can do 18 times 8, which is 64. Put down the 4, carry the 6. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 6 is 140 with the zeros. I'm going to be getting, but yeah, over here, 00441. I'm going to get 14,400. I divide by 100 on this one. Now I could look at my 14,400 and take out those zeros on both sides and divide that out, and actually probably go a lot faster, but that's okay. We're all in this together, right? Now 100 goes in there about 4 times. for a final answer of 144 pages. So what is 20% of 90? I would set this up as 20 over 100 is equal to x over 90, and I would cross multiply, or I could do 90 multiplied by 0.20 and find the same percent. So I add that up. There's 0, 0, 8, 1, move the decimal place over twice, and I get 18. What number, 20% of what number is 90? So now I'm going to flip it, because now I have 20 over 100 is equal to 90 over something. Cross multiply. 20x is equal to 9,000. I need to divide. 20 can go into 90 4 times, because that'd be 80. I have 10 left over. When I subtract, bring down the 0, that's 100. There's 50, 100, 0. So 90 is 20% of 450. Number 7, 60% of what number is 150? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cross multiply. 60 over 100 is equal to 150 over my variable. Cross it. 60x is equal to 15,000. Now I divide. 60 can go into 150 twice, because that would be 120 with 30 left over. Bring down the 0, and I get 300. 60 can go in there 5 times, and then a 0, so it's 250. So 60% of 250 is 150. What is 60% of 150? 150 multiplied by 0.60. 0, 0, 0, placeholder 0, 0, 30, carry the 3, 6 plus 3 is 9. I add it all up, move my decimal over twice, and I get 90 as my final answer.